Hi ladies, I thought it would be easier for me to just show you a quick video on how to put your cards together. This first card is just a basic double Z fold. So you'll just reinforce your score lines and then adhere your smaller Z to the big Z. These flowers I cut out of the paper for you, these ones are actually stamped in Versamark and embossed in white and then sponged with Daffodil Delight. But you guys have a paper printed cutout flower to do for yours. And then you'll get these little leaves as well that are cut out of the paper. So that's our first card. The next card is a scrappy strip card, and it can either go this way, I'm not sure where my other one is, or it can go this way. So in your packet, you will have a green piece with a sticker on it that says cut strips. You're going to cut strips from the gold and you're going to cut strips from the foil here. So let me just show you how I did that. So you're going to take your paper trimmer. You could probably do these two at the same time, but I did mine individually. I wanted mine totally random. So what you're going to do is, and there's no real measurements, you're just going to kind of angle the paper and make it different widths. I think if you cut this whole piece of paper, you'll probably have enough strips to do 2 cards. Okay, so I'm going to call that good for now. You're going to do the same thing with this piece of paper. You want some skinnier and some fatter. One more, we'll call that one good. Okay, and then the last one, we're going to do the soft succulent, the one that has the cut strips on it. And you're going to do the same thing. You wouldn't have to do this layer if you didn't want to, but I'll show you why I did in a minute. Okay. Done with the paper trimmer for now. And then in your kit, you have a soft succulent piece that has an A in the corner. This is the piece that you're going to adhere these strips to. Okay. This piece is for stamping. And then these are just layering pieces. Let me get my silicone mat. And it doesn't matter which way you can put your strips, up and down this way, or you can put your strips going across this way. Let's see what I did on my first one. I did mine going across. So I think this one I'm going to go up and down. So you're going to just start, and I find it easier to use liquid glue on this. And you're going to just put a strip of glue. And then you're going to start with whichever paste you want to start with. And your paper should be long enough that it'll go a little bit past the edges. And I kind of like to rotate the fat end and the skinny end. And I butt the edges right up next to each other. So you didn't have to do this one, but then everywhere where the green would be, then you would have a gap, and I wanted mine smooth all the way down. So that's why I did the green, even though we're mounting it on green. And then I would start my pattern over again. Just like that. So then once you've finished that, then you're going to turn it over and you're going to snip the excess off. And then doing it with the glue on your green paper, you don't have excess glue here that'll make your scissors all icky. So after you do that, then you'll just stamp. This is the Marigold Moments stamp set, and that's where the thanks came from and everything there. And then the inside. Okay, so that is that one. And then the final one, let me get these strips out of the way. The final card, I think I've heard it called a lattice front card. And on this one, get this out of the way. So this one looks like that. It was brought up in class if you wanted more room to write on the inside. You could, instead of gluing this piece onto the inside back of the card base, you could attach it to the front over here. Now it's not cut to go all the way to the edges, but you could certainly just put some glue along the bottom strip and along the top, and then on each of the little lattice pieces. And then that way you would have a whole card front to, a card base to write your message, which I might do the one I'm showing you that way. And then here's just another version with different paper that I used. Okay, so on this one, your supplies are minimal. You have a card base, you have a white piece for stamping, and you have your designer paper. So we'll set that aside for now. Bring back in our trimmer. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut off 1, 2, 3. You're going to cut off 6 half-inch strips from your card front. How many is that? 1, 4. Okay, let's get rid of the trimmer. I forgot my washi tape. And ideally, you want this piece to lay flat. So I'm going to just bring in a block to help me with that. And then what else I found helpful is to use some washi tape. So that you can line up your strips. So you want to put your washi tape about where you want your strips to be. And if I was real smart, I would use the grid lines, but you know, that's... Okay, so now that we have that down, you're going to start at the bottom and you're going to line that up flush with your card. Oh, easier said than done. Okay. I'm going to fold that under a little bit so that it stays down. Try this again. Okay, there's our first one. I like to lay them all out, kind of get them even, and you're going to use 4 of your strips here. It's kind of putsy, but I sure like the way it looks. Okay, to me that's good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my liquid glue and I'm just going to put a dot on each of those and the same over here. Now these are longer. I didn't want it to be that high up into the top of my card. So we'll end up cutting part of this off. But then just however much you want to show up here, you'll just stick that down there. Same with this side, kind of maybe try to get it even. Like that. Then you can carefully pull your washi tape off. Whoops, that one's tearing. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to take my designer paper. Well, let's snip these off first. Let me find some scissors. So we're going to snip these off. Those scissors have some glue on them. Okay. Okay, so we're going to try So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive here and a little strip here. And then I think I'm going to do this. We'll see if that works. So then I'm just going to try to make them even. I'm going to line it up with the bottom. And then you have your paper showing through on the front side, but then you still have all of that room to write. And the stamp set that I used for this one was Art Gallery, but of course you can use any stamp set that you have. But that's it, ladies. If you have any questions or problems putting your cards together, please just give me a call and I will help you work through it. Thank you so much.